I have a jam-packed video for you guys, so make sure you stick around. This next video is going to be a little bit longer than the videos that I usually post. We're going to be setting up my new outdoor project, and I will also be building a DIY filter to accompany this large aquarium that will also assist me in easy water changes. And I will also be moving my monster fish into their new grout tank. So stay tuned and make sure you subscribe to my channel. I've been fish keeping for about 4 years, and I've had my YouTube channel for a little bit over more than a year. And let me tell you, it's been one heck of a journey, and I've learned so much. I learn something new every day. I make mistakes. I'm not perfect, but I'd love it if you guys came along for the journey. Subscribe to my channel so we can learn together and grow together.
If you're new to the channel, thanks for watching Pond Saga 5.
Let's get into this DIY filter build. So what I'm using right here is my 1 3/4 inch hole saw, and my uniseals are 1 inch. And the reason why you want your hole saw to be just a little bit larger is so that you won't have any problem trying to pop in your 1 inch uniseals just like so. Because if you get a 1 inch hole saw, it's not going to work. So in the back of the bucket, 2 inches away from the bottom, we're also going to put a hole in here because this is for our drain out valve, which we're also going to put a uniseal on this one as well. Also, I put a little bit of silicone around the uniseals on the inside of the bucket. This way, I want to ensure there are no leaks. And also, I put a hole in the top of this lid because this is going to enable us to connect the pond pump to this DIY filter. Now it's time to measure our PVC pipe for our outflows. I'm gonna stick with about 7.5 inches because I know how far from my tank I'm going to be placing this. And these right here are my handy dandy PVC cutters. They get the job done. Now that we've cut these 1 inch PVC pipes, it's time to put them inside of our 1 inch uniseals for our outflows. There are a few different methods that people use to be able to stick these PVC pipes through the uniseals. One method is putting Dawn dish soap with water and just kind of basically lubricating it, so this way it'll make it a lot easier to go through.
So now it's gonna look like this. What I did was I put some silicones right here around the uniseals. Trying to wiggle the PVC pipe was a bit of a task, but some people, they use like dish soap and water, or some people use Vaseline.
Even with using dish soap, I still had to use a lot of elbow grease. I also attached some PVC pipe and a uniseal at the bottom at the hole that we put in the back of the bucket, because this is what we're going to connect our drain out valve to.
I got this basket right here. I put a hole in the top for my PVC pipe, and I also cut a hole right here. This hole right here is for the clean out valve. So once you put it in like this, put a little hole to where it sits right on top of that clean out valve. So basically, all the debris is going to be trapped inside of this basket. So you want to get a basket that has some small holes like this to basically catch all this stuff. So the clean out valve is going to be used for when it's time to actually clean this this filter. Now there's a couple of things that I can do to this filter once it's at this point. If I wanted to do a bog filter style, I could just put larger rocks on the bottom and then work my way up to the top. But I mean, people do that, and then they use the cleanout valve right here just to basically run water through it and flush it out. So I technically could do that, but if I do that, I'm going to be losing a lot of beneficial bacteria. The beneficial bacteria is important for basically breaking down the waste, and if you do it that way, you're going to be basically flushing out all the beneficial bacteria in this. And also, it's going to be a pain to clean if I want to take it apart, because I'm just going to basically have to take all the rocks out one by one, which I don't want to do. So also what I did was, this is a T connector right here, and these right here are 45-degree elbows right here. This is 1-inch PVC pipe. I got some PVC pipe.
So you have the option to connect 90-degree elbows or 45-degree elbows to the T connector inside of the bucket.
Pipe in between there is only about 2 inches long, so I did that so it can be able to fit inside the bucket. So once it goes inside the bucket, it's basically gonna fit like this right here, but inside the bucket, which is cool because I got it to where it can barely fit in there. So it's gonna be it's gonna push it up just a little bit, but it's, you know what I'm saying, it's not really a big deal. So that's what I did with that. But basically, when the water comes into this pipe right here and push it down at the bottom, the water is gonna swirl in from this side right here and then come around this side right there. So it's basically gonna come in like a tornado when it's coming up. It's gonna come up like this and move its way around through all the extra the filter meter that I have here. So I'm about to get ready to put this inside. So you guys can see what this looks like when I do it. Let's see. You can see how it's in there. I want to keep this little piece right here, so it's in there. So boom, put it right there to where this is still over the top like this. Boom, drop that bad boy in there, and this is ready to ride now. So what I think I'm gonna do next is I have some of these pot scrubbies right here. I'm just gonna line it up with the pot scrubbies, and then I'm gonna cut the filter floss that I have to basically align the sides of it. So here we are. I took the pot scrubbies out. I lined the bottoms of it, and I'm also pushing some around the side. And I also have my my filter floss right here. Go ahead, like how I cut it was basically with this right here. I folded it like this. I put a slit across and a slit in between, so this way it just kind of opens up like this, and I can still close it on the top. But I didn't do that for the first one, so I'll show you what the first one looked like that I did. I didn't do it for this one, but the idea came to me as I was doing it. This stuff right here is just gonna go down like this right here, and we're gonna just tuck it on the sides like this. So this is the first layer right here. Just gonna tuck this stuff on the side, tuck it down. That's one. This is two. Tuck this stuff down. Building a filter like this is usually you will build a filter like this to go on a pond, but in my case, I'm actually I'm building it to go on my 125 gallon aquarium that I'm going to set up. I'm going to show the process of how I set that up as well. That's how I'm going to filter it. I have two pieces of filter floss in here. I may make 2 or 3 bags or 2 bags of lava rock, and then put some right here, put a bag on this side, put a bag on this side for it. That'll be more than enough filtration for this project, because I don't really have a whole lot of space to work with. And as you can see, my holes are right here. So I definitely want to put the rocks on top, because the last thing I want is to have the rocks under this, and then this pushes through, and then it basically clogs up this right here. When I build this right here, I probably don't even have to clean this for like another 2 or 3 months. Actually, maybe like a year. Some people don't clean theirs for a year, but I think I should be good with the flow rate. Show you guys what the finished product looks like. I'm still not done with it. I still have to make some adjustments to these, because I'm not sure if I want these to be this long still. So I'm probably going to end up, depending on how this balance it out, when I set it all up to see how it is, I'm probably gonna end up cutting these about right here and doing something different with the output of how it flows into the actual tank. Get some DIY filter, which I'm almost done with it. I'm not done. I might do another layer of lava rock, put it on the sides right here. So I have one here, I'm gonna put one here, and then one here. So I'm gonna do 4 more bags. And it's still pretty light, you know what I'm saying? Then I gotta connect pump. I gotta go to the store and I gotta get a drain valve. So this will make it easier. So it's basically gonna look something like this. I'm gonna have it, I might get creative with these pipes right here and do something different rather than just having it shoot out straight like that. So stay tuned. All right, so here I am customizing this like I said I would for how I'm gonna do it. Using my PVC cutters right here. Let's see. I got it lined up where I wanna cut. Right in between here. This is how PVC cutters work. You hold them like this and squeeze till you cut it. Kind of hard to do it with this angle, so I'll be right back. All right, so I got the filter set up out here. I got it on a crate.
So this right here is my drain out valve. This right here is a 90-degree elbow at the top, and I also added one at the bottom. As you can see right here, I put a little piece of PVC pipe to connect them. The reason why I decided to go with this design is because I wanted the water to flow back in similar to a wave maker and agitate the surface of the water.
So what I did right here,
this black connector piece came with the actual pump. I decided to silicone it to the piece of PVC pipe, so this way that no water would leak through.
Is this came with the actual pump. I decided to silicone it right here, so we can actually, so I could just basically do this later, right here. This pipe right here is 3/4 pipe right here, PVC pipe. I had to go ahead and get a 3/4 plastic connector right here, so I can basically put this on top of this, and then I got a male adapter right here to 1-inch PVC, so I can be able to connect all this stuff.
I added a 90-degree elbow at the top on both sides. This is how you bridge the water coming from inside the tank to go up and to go over, to go down into the filter, where the water then rises above the filter meter to get clean and then enters the tank again through the outflows. And remember that little hole that we put in the back of the bucket? I attached a 1-inch drain valve to help out with maintenance. This clean out valve has two purposes. One to assist me when trying to clean the filter, and the other one to help me out with simple water changes.
If I do water change.
Right now, I have 3 bags of play sand from Home Depot, and it's 50-pound bags for like $4 or $5. I'm giving them a rinse right now to go into the 125 gallon. So I have the 125 gallon tank up right here. Let me take a step back so you guys can see it in full. I've always wanted a 125 gallon or 150 gallon tank when I first entered the hobby, but you know, I just really couldn't afford it. The price of a tank this size, which is 6 foot long and 18 inches wide, can cost you $600 and up. This tank is an absolute unit to move. I wouldn't suggest doing it by yourself. It weighs about 206 pounds. But if you get one of these tanks used, you can definitely strike a deal with someone. In my case, a gentleman was looking to get rid of this tank, and he saw my YouTube channel and he saw I was in the hobby, so he gave it to me for free, so I couldn't pass this opportunity up. I made this DIY fish stand using 2x8 boards and some cinder block bricks. I've seen a lot of people online using 2x6s, but I decided to use 2x8s just to have a peace of mind, because this tank weighs 206 pounds with no water in it. When you get done adding the water in here, that's about 1,400 pounds. And then on top of that, I have 150 pounds of sand in here. And that's why I decided to go with 2x8s. Even though I have this tank in the shade, There's still a possibility that it will get hit with direct sunlight. And if this tank is exposed to direct sunlight all the time, for long periods of time, it's gonna turn this tank water green. So that's something I wanna avoid. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover the sides up on both ends, and I'm gonna get a background cover as well. Just in case you missed it, in one of my previous episodes, I built a 5-gallon DIY filter for my 125-gallon tank. So you might wanna go ahead and check that out. I connected the PVC pipe to the pump and then connected the PVC pipe to the coupling. And then I connected the coupling to some more PVC pipe, which also allowed me to connect it to the filter. I made a DIY lid for this tank with a corrugated plastic sheet from Home Depot. And I customized it so I can incorporate the outflows. Done setting up this 125-gallon right here. I got the lid on here, it's looking good. I didn't cement the PVC pipe together, so it would make it easier to take things apart when it's time to clean. And I got it sitting right here up on this crate to give it the height that I need. And I'm able to move these pieces of the outflow right here to control however I want it to enter inside the tank for more bubbles, or more oxygen rather. Everything is looking good. I'm really happy with this setup. I like the way that the waves are coming across the top of the tank. I also added a wave maker in here for extra agitation. Look at that right there, just beautiful. The lights just shimmering off of everything in here. The tank is clearing up pretty nicely actually. Man, look at this tank. Looks so good at night, especially with the light on here. I got the play sand in the bottom right there. The sand got a lot cleaner, a lot faster than I thought it would. I only really rinsed it for about maybe 20 minutes. And I'm satisfied with it. I also put some lava rock in here. This lava rock is for the beneficial bacteria to build up in it. Added some plants, and I also decided to go with some Mexican beach pebbles for the background. These rocks are large enough that I can get in between them and clean them if I need to. I was thinking about adding some pea gravel in here, but I think I'm gonna change my mind and just keep it with sand, because the sand is a lot easier to clean when it comes to using my Python. With the sand, everything lies on the top. When you get pea gravel, then you have to get the Python, you have to dig inside of it just to suck up the debris. And I don't really want to go through all that.
Wow, here we go. 1 day later. 1 day later, after I set this tank up right here, 1 day later. Looking really good, looking really good. The water has cleared up a lot. Wave maker still going strong. This is my 125 right here. This is a big tank. Still going strong. Just doing the job, man. That's what's up.
All right, let me show you these guys in here. We've been having a couple of cold fronts, but everybody's still doing pretty good. This is the catfish right here, the red tail. He's getting big. I haven't been able to feed them how I wanted to because we've been getting these cold spells. But since the temperatures are starting to heat back up, I'm gonna try to feed them and see if I can get them to eat. I have my peacock bass and my bass in there. And I also have to break some bad news to you guys. The baby koi that I added in here, all of them got eaten. And I really wasn't expecting that. But when you're dealing with red-tailed catfish and Oscars, sometimes you have to expect the unexpected. These goldfish, as you can see, are pretty big, and they were supposed to be feeder fish. I got them, they were about 1.5 inches, and surprisingly, no one showed interest in eating them. So then I thought that the smaller koi fish wouldn't be a target because they seem to get along with the goldfish, which are pushing about 8 inches.
Man, this is the second day that this tank has been cycling since I put the play sand in here. Look how clear this 125 gallon is. That is remarkable right there. That's fire right there. Big tank 125 right here. Made the custom DIY lid on here. I was thinking about putting a doorknob here or something, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. And this just works out perfectly for me. I'm gonna cut the light on, even though it's daytime right now, but bam. Man, that's dope. That is dope.
The tank has been set up, so really there's only one thing left to do. Move these monster fish into the newly established 125 outdoor grow out tank that I have awaiting for them.
See if I can go ahead and catch some. Oh, look at that. 2 for 1, look at that. Oh, 3 for 3. Look at that, all 3 of my beautiful baby oysters right here. We're gonna put them in here. Let them get situated in this water. I also have to catch the bass that are in here. Wow, they getting big. Come here, big boy. Come here, big boy. There you go. Let's get it. Let's go. I got you. Oh, he got big. I got another bass in here. Unfortunately, I lost one of my bass. I mean, I'm not very happy about that. No, not one of my peacock bass. Okay, here's my other largemouth bass right here. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. Boom. Got him in there. Looking good. Looking great. There's one more in here. And there he is. He's hiding. This is my peacock, my small peacock bass right here. He's hiding. These guys really haven't had too much to eat in here because I don't think, you know, I've mostly had them in darkness and stuff like that. And, you know, they haven't been happy. But I had another one of these, as you guys saw in my other videos, but I lost them. So I still got this guy right here. He's a little bit on the small side, hasn't been eating. But, you know, we're going to get these guys into their brand new home.
All right, so we're gonna get this process started. So what I have to do is acclimate these fish. So what I'm gonna be doing is taking some of the tank water out and putting it inside of the bucket just to, you know, kind of level out the temperature to try to make it almost the same. Sometimes when acclimating fish, things can go wrong. Some of the fish can actually, you know what I'm saying, start to freak out. Or in other words, start to get stressed. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying, sometimes they can actually go into shock. So it's important to at least do the acclimation process about 3 different times, and you want to do it for about 15 minutes.
So, this is a little hack that you guys can do. I'm gonna actually check the temperature of this water to see what it's like in the pond, and then I'm gonna check it in my tank because I can probably put them in the tank a lot sooner. So here we go. We're gonna sit this in here. Give it a few seconds. Let's see if it adjusted. It's saying it's 76 degrees right here. If that's the case, we could probably, okay, it says 74. Okay, so it's 74.4 degrees in the actual pond. We're gonna check the temperature of the tank. My guess is this tank should probably be around 82 degrees or so. Let's see. Or maybe 86 degrees. So we'll give that a couple of seconds. It says 75 degrees. Well, I got it. Okay, so it's 78 degrees in here, which is perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these fish in here because they're not going to experience shock. I'm gonna go ahead and put these bad boys in here. Dress up today, but I don't mind touching the fish, so let's get it. These bass right here have been growing so much. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pour some of this water out. It's gonna be easier on myself. All right, somebody try to jump out. Here we go. Wow. Look at how big he's getting. See that big mouth, boy? See that big mouth, boy? There you go. We drop him in. Oh, look at him in there. Look at that largemouth bass baby in there. Baby, let's get it. He don't know what's going on. But I know he's happy to be out of that holding cage. Let's try this one right here. Get him in there. right. Boom. Let's go. Look at this guy. Oh, look at the colors on this guy. Yeah, he's beautiful. Oh, he fell. I got you, buddy. I got you, buddy. I got you. All right, we'll get you right in. We're gonna rinse you off first. Rinse you out, let you get settled. We'll put you right in, buddy. There you go. Bam. All right. Next we got a peacock bass in here. He's still small. He's looking really small. We actually have to feed him because he's not eating too well. He needs to grow some more. He hasn't been really eating, so we got him in there. So we got the 2 largemouth bass in there, and then we got the 1 peacock bass in there. Let me go ahead and get these oysters in here. All right, buddy. Oysters are pretty chill for the most part. Look at this guy right here. Look at the colors on this guy. Let's get a close up. Oh, my bad. Break dancing again. We're gonna have to cut this. Let's rinse you off, buddy. Let's get you back in there. Rinse you off. All right. You're rinsed off. We'll use 2 hands this time. All right. Look at the color. Look at the. I keep trying to show you guys the colors. This right here. This right here is my albino tiger Oscar right here. That doesn't want to cooperate. So we're gonna get him around the pond. I don't want to put him off too much. We're getting him in the water. Look at him. That's nice. All right. 2 more to go. This one right here is another one of my albino ones. My albino tiger Oscar right here. Look at the colors on the guy. Look at his red eyes. There you go. Doesn't he look good in there? Man, they're all in the corner. They're hiding out because they don't know where they are. Let's go. Oh, this one right here is special. This one right here is also albino, but this one is my albino red. This is not an albino tiger, it's albino red. I'm gonna put him in here. There he goes.
These guys definitely know what's up. That's why they're trying their best to hide in the back. The reason why I have this tarp on the pond in the first place was because I was trying to basically stop the small sticks and pollen from falling out of my neighbor's tree, because when that happens, it turns the pond water brown and I can't really see any of my fish. And not only that, I would have to do regular maintenance on this pond to try to scoop some of the debris out. If the debris is settling at the bottom of the pond and not being broken down in a fast enough time, it starts to cause pH balance issues within the pond.
I can't really see him. Okay, he's over here by himself. Try to get him. You guys see? You see him over there? He's right. Got him. There we go. Let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and dump this guy. Let's go get a look at him. Look how I was growing these guys out inside the house. This is one that was like barely an inch or 2 inches.
This tiger shovel-nose catfish has put on so much size since I got him that is almost ridiculous. It's so cool to get a monster fish and watch how fast they grow.
So I think I want to get one of these guys right here. Got him.
The only reason why I'm not acclimating the fish at this point is because I noticed that the pond temperature and the tank temperature are fairly similar. This right here is one of my albino tiger Oscars. Such a beautiful fish. The body is mostly white with patterns of orange on the side, giving it that tiger pattern. Now it's back to the drawing board. We still have more fish to catch. These fish are hide and go seek pros. They're not gonna make it any easier on me to catch them.
they're already aware of the net going into the pond and seeing me take out the other fish. So they're gonna make it extremely difficult for me to get my net on them. Got him. Let's get this troublemaker into the tank. What I've noticed about Oscar fish is when they go into a new enclosure, they typically stay down at the bottom and just pretty much lay there for security. And once they feel safe, they pop up and start exploring the tank. Where's he at? He hiding back here. See you. Oh yeah, that's that one right there. Where at? Okay, you're not him. That's not who I want. Got him. I got both of them. Yes. Okay, that's what I wanted. Okay. Look at these guys right here. Looking phenomenal. Even though these Oscar fish look small, they're still monster fish and they're still quite powerful. They're jumping out of the net, which is a good sign because I can see that, they're really hardy. But, I don't want to stress them out too much. This one jumped out of the net and I'm trying to rinse them off so this way I don't get any dirt inside of the tank. Just taking a quick look in the tank, everyone's doing well, everyone's still swimming. So let's go, let's get some more. The next fish that I'm going to be scooping out is my African Centodontis featherfin catfish. He's very elusive and probably the hardest one to catch. Oh, you're packing that other net too? I should block them in. So good. You still see him over here? There he is, right there. This guy gets nocturnal and spends his whole day hiding, so I usually don't get a chance to see him, and that's the reason why he's so difficult to catch. This guy is a bottom feeder, and he's been eating really good. You can tell by his belly. He's going to look so good in this next tank that I put him in. I also need to use him for cleanup duty because I also have bass in here that I'm still trying to pellet train. So whatever they don't eat, he's going to take advantage of it and keep this tank spotless on the bottom. I want the one that's smaller. Hold it. Yeah. Okay, I see them. Yep. Got him. There we go. Finally got you. Look how pretty he is. Beautiful specimen. All right. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So this way, I can go ahead and feed these guys, get them big like how I want to get them big. So when it's time for them to go back into the pond, I still want to catch that smaller featherfin catfish, but doesn't look like it's gonna happen anytime soon. Another successful move. These fish look absolutely amazing in this tank in the daytime, but at night they look even better. I'm extremely happy that I was able to move all these monster fish and get them set up in the 125-gallon aquarium. The fish are settling in nicely. There aren't any aggression issues. They are just really filling out the tank, trying to get comfortable.
In this 125 gallon, I have 2 yo-yo loaches, 1 peacock bass, 2 largemouth bass, 6 albino tiger oscars, 1 red oscar, 1 albino red oscar, 1 tiger shovel-nosed catfish, and also 1 Centodonus featherfin catfish in here. The different color variety of fish really complements this tank, which has red lava rock, some grayish blue Mexican beach pebble, and also the plants in the background. I'm so glad I built a DIY filter for this tank because it really helps me out with water changes and makes it almost effortless. This drain out valve really comes in handy.
So what I did on this setup is I hooked up this Penplex Silent Air B11. So this basically plugs in to the power cord, power box, and just in case if the power goes out, this right here, like you see there's nothing on right now, this right here turns on, so it's like a safety net for if the power goes out and I'm asleep or something, on my way on vacation or something, this happens, that this will come on. So once I put the power back on, you'll see that actually will stop. It'll turn off when the power comes back on. Once the power turns back on, it stops. Wave maker's going. I typically keep the wave maker at the top just so I can know that the power is running, in case, you know what I'm saying, if I'm not paying attention. I put some these bamboos in here, let them, see if I can bring them back to life, because I totally forgot that I left them out of water. If I can bring them back to life or whatnot. But yeah, this is the day after I put the fish in their enclosure. And they're all doing great. They're all doing good. Everybody's swimming, everybody's happy. Everybody looks hungry also. I'm gonna eventually put these fish back in the pond because I know I'm gonna get some comments. Those are too many fish for your tank, for your 125 gallon. I put them in here so I can get a close-up view so I can look at them. I'll probably be doing that with all of them at some point just to make sure that they don't have any diseases and no infections and things like that. So I'm gonna probably do this with the catfish as well at some point. Not with the big ones, maybe the small ones, just to keep tabs on them and just so you guys can get to see them up close and personal.
So this is the second day that the fish have actually been in this tank. This tank has been up and running for about 5 days so far. I let it cycle for about 3 days and then I decided to put the fish in. But during those 3 days, I was testing to see if it will hold water or not, because you know, this is a used tank and everything seemed to be going perfect until it wasn't. Bruh. So it looks like my 125 gallon aquarium has sprung a leak somehow, and this tank has only been up and running for less than a week. So now I'm going to have to take all of the fish out, then all of the sand out to get to the bottom of this. Stay tuned for the next episode.
Yo, if you're new to the channel, thanks for watching Pond Saga 5.